But before we do that, oh, okay. That's
Sorry.
fine. No, it's okay.
I forgot I hadn't pressed record yet.
No, it's okay. I asked not to because I wanted to hear what everyone else had to say. And if you want to say something off of recording, we can do that as well. Does anybody need to say anything off of recording first? Because we can stop it, pause it, let everyone say what they need to say. Okay. So what we were talking about a few seconds ago, I want to just repeat now. My guidance is that at the moment, things are ramping up. We are making a difference. Things are happening. If you look on Facebook, there's lots of arguing. There's lots of people are pointing fingers and they're putting out their opinions, and heaven forbid you respond. Heaven forbid you post an opinion, because there's fighting, right? People are going to fight. What's happening right now is people are planting their feet in the sand. They're saying, this is my position. I am right, you are wrong. And for us who are working to shift the energy, we cannot storm the front door. We can, but we're going to be in for a battle. And why do we even want to waste our energy on the battle? It's not about the battle. It's about the back door. And what I mean by the back door, it's about these people are ready. So if you come at them with this information, they're going to fight you. They've got their guns, they've got their ammunition, they've got all their reasons in the world why things are the way they are, because they have validation for their belief system. Remember, this is about perspective, right? So what we want to do, because this is what we're doing here in this group, is we are doing love, support, kindness. I mean, on my Facebook, cuteness overload, right? We are softening the energy, because if you come at a fight with the fight, you're gonna get a fight. But if you come at a fight with kindness and, let's say, distraction of something else, then you can create that energy that you want to create. If you have someone who's digging in their heels about something, you know it. You already know their position. So give them love and kindness as a friend. Give them love and kindness as a person, and support and love them regardless of their belief systems, because this isn't about right or wrong. This is about creating a positive collective energy, and we're going to continue to do that. Anybody have any comments on that? I really would love to hear what you have to say.
I do, for sure. So do you mind, Jennifer, just if I
Yeah.
So first of all, it's 11:11, so beautiful that we just created that now. And so I've been practicing that for about 8 months, of like, if I meet their rage with my outrage, there's no difference. It is like, it repels, right? So there's something around the like meeting it with kindness, but really all people want is to be acknowledged. They want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to be gotten. So I acknowledge their standpoint. I get that you believe that. I get that you feel that. I get that you're like, and that's your truth. And I acknowledge that that's their truth. Yeah. And this is my truth. And neither one of us is right or wrong, and neither one of us is better. Like, your truth is your truth. My truth is my truth. And doesn't mean that what's true for you is true for me. And that's okay. And usually that's enough to kind of diffuse it enough where we can actually have a conversation, is just to acknowledge it. And I wanted to add in here about the coming in the back door of something we did the other day of opening up. So we're predominantly, we've been, this is for the people that are watching it newly, we've been working through the heart, like that's through the love, through source, through the heart. And so the other day, I was guided to guide us to open up the backside, like almost like it's shutters and there's a latch, and we undo the latch, and then we open fling open wide. And so that is our access. To me, that's the message I'm getting, is that's our access to impacting others, is for us to help them open that back door. That's what I've got to say. Sorry. Thanks, Jennifer.
You're welcome. No, that was good. I just wanted to add that I woke up this morning with the very clear message that obviously the light worker community, the collective of us is not, we're not cohesive anymore. There's one side and there's the other side, even within our own community. And so I wanted to add that we have to work on trying to bring us all together, you know, instead of, I don't know what really, but I got that really strong this morning, that we've got to work on bringing, if we can, bring the collective of light workers back together, because we're separated as well. I guess with different beliefs or ideologies or whatever's going on with that too. And then, oh, I forgot what I was going to say about what you were saying, Shannon. It'll come to me at another point.
Jennifer, I agree with you 100%. And that's why we created this collective. Right?
Yeah.
I was already, and I was given that message, and I'm so glad that you brought that up. We are divided amongst ourselves as well, and we are distracted by things. And that's why we are bringing awareness to that now. Release the distractions, come back to the collective.
Exactly. And I remembered what I was going to say for a second, flashed in, and then it might have flashed away. Let's see if I can grab it back again. Oh yeah. I tend to be more warrioristic in my Facebook battles. So I promise to all of you, I'm going to take a step back and not be combative.
Woohoo! I think Callum has something. Callum, were you trying to say something?
Thank you. So I want to kind of try to integrate it for us, okay? Because I think, so the world is in a very tribalistic phase right now.
Yes.
Right. And we're stuck in, you know, some people call it identity politics, but what that really is the need for belonging that's misplaced into an appearance or a personality or a zone of consciousness, a group of thinking, right? And the thing to do, it seems to me anyway, and which each of us have been touching on, is to say, okay, we can identify as this party or this party or this identity or this identity, but that won't last. And so let me look for something more permanent. Let me look for something that I originally am, and that so is everybody else originally.
Good
which
point.
is spirit incarnate, right? And so I think if we can meet people on the level of their soul, or at least on a human level, understanding that everybody wants, at the basic reality, everybody wants to be loved, everybody wants to be acknowledged, to feel important, to have a sense of security. We can look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? And that the way that looks is manyfold. And so there's no problem with the manyfold. It's just, so here's the ultimate metric for me, is this taking somebody into their empowerment? Or is it taking somebody out of their empowerment? If it's taking them into their empowerment, good. Encourage their empowerment. And what we can do is get that collective thinking. By me being empowered, I'm empowering others. It's no longer the tip of the spear, you know, Age of Pisces or whatever. It's no longer suck up, kick down, as is in the corporate world. It can be, by me being empowered, so is Sandy empowered, so is Tom empowered. I want to add one more note, right, on softening and softening and softening. We're blessed to have a new friend of mine and an old friend of Sandy's, Tom, right here. And I'm learning already that he's a master softener. So I believe we're very, I believe we're very blessed to have him with us today. And that's all I have.
I wanted to add one other thing is you can let go of combating on Facebook, because really what people are doing, in my opinion, is they're expressing where they are and their consciousness scale. And it's okay, wherever they are is okay. You don't need to fight them anymore. Those days are kind of gone. You know what I'm saying? And so now we can see very clearly where everybody is in the continuum, right?
More along, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we're at the point of establishing which timeline everybody's going to be on. So we're going for one main timeline, and we're saying all aboard, everybody that's on this timeline, let's go. We'll take whoever we want with us. And if you're not, that's totally okay. You don't need to fight. You just let it go and just say, that's where you are, and that's okay, and give them grace. We're all gonna get there, right? It's just, this is the express line, and then this is, it's gonna suck to be you for a little bit, but you'll get there, and it's totally fine. We can just let go. But what we're doing right now, locking in that higher timeline. And if people don't resonate with you, it's okay. Be the light, be the beacon. Whoever is gonna come along is gonna come along. They're simply establishing where they are. My stepsister the other day was fighting hard on, I just posted a, what if this happened? And she was so low vibration. And after 3 negative things, I said, please stop, please stop. I literally just deleted her comments and unfriended her. And she was like, what'd you do that for? And I said, because we're just in a different space. I'm not going to fight with you.
Yeah.
You're there. And that's,
well,
really
that's basically what
over there. It's okay. Because everybody is just simply saying where they are. And it's okay. So wherever the
and that's
timeline,
what I have to remember, because
Hold on a minute. We're going to respect everyone and let everyone speak. I just wanted to let people finish. I know that we feel passionately about this, but let's let Sandy finish.
all I'm saying is wherever people are, that's okay, right? And so if we're just honest with ourselves and in our own authentic selves and our own empowered selves, that's all. So the time of, judging or whatever, we can let that go and just be in grace and just be where we are, and everybody's good.
Thanks for taking it practical, Sandy.
Yeah. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. But,
All right, Jane.
but this is exactly what we're doing. We're locking in the timeline. Wherever people are, it's okay, right? They'll just be on time. They're just going to be on a slower path, and it's all okay. There's no, so that's what I was getting. They're like, people are simply choosing their path, and that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I got in that what you were saying too. Something flashed into my mind too. That was all about the 100 years ago. That people are on that timeline from 100 years ago. When we were in a pandemic back then, we were having a lot of war. We were in that same type of, I think, low vibration back then. Maybe, I don't know. That's just what popped into my mind.
We've tried to do this a couple of times.
Yeah, maybe we're repeating it. I don't know.
So
I feel that
I'm
I'm sorry, Jules.
No, go for it.
I feel that if we keep allowing ourselves to be distracted in the fight with other people's beliefs and opinions, that it distracts from our bigger picture and the goal that we're trying to accomplish. And that's the big picture, is focusing on the love that we're trying to push out that will help with the grid, as opposed to getting stuck in those little battles that are deterring us from the main goal.
Yeah, I agree. My thing is, I like to tell people like truth. I'm a truth teller. So I go on my Facebook and I pop these little truth bombs out, and then I get attacked. So then I battle, but then I got to just realize, don't battle anymore,
And if you knew that the people on the other end, they think they're dropping truth bombs on you, and they're trying for their position. And so there you are.
Right.
Yeah, I think
there's
I'm
not
helping.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
think I'm
talking
helping.
about.
Sorry. I just think I'm helping people, but then I'm probably making it worse,
Well, that's kind of what Sandy was saying, is like people have become, like right now, people are choosing their path and they're
exactly.
positional. But something that I'm getting right now is there's a couple things. So one of the things that we've learned in some of these recent missions that we've done, these rescue missions with Sandy, and is that the dark, I'll call it the dark, low vibration, if you want to, whatever you want to call that, its access is the weak point. So it's to their benefit if they're keeping people confused, if they're keeping people angry, if they're keeping people like in that energy. And it's almost like they're, I don't want to say brainwashed, because their minds are not clean, but they're under influence, right? And so what we can do, I also know that low vibration cannot hold space with high vibration at the same time. They can't both occupy the space. So it's either like one becomes stronger, or the low vibration gives over to higher vibration. And so that's our mission, our job, I don't know, is to just like infuse the light, infuse so much light that they either like allow it and receive it, or they choose to not. And
Do you infuse the light in the moment, or do you wait and then do it?
so it depends. It's a case to case thing. Like my post on Facebook now, like I posted this thing and I didn't quite know the response, but there's been some fiery response to it. And they're like, why are you not responding, Julie? And I'm just like, I'm just letting it happen. I'm letting it release. I'm letting people have their say. Because I don't take the attack personally. It's not about me. I know who I am and what I'm doing. Like, it's not about me.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good point right there. Right. Yeah.
So there's a saying that says, people can't drive you crazy unless you give them the keys. And, you know, I think that along with that is people can't shape your reality unless you allow them to. And so we are in a point at this moment that we have the opportunity as a collective, as this collective, to create our reality and to invite those who are in the collective to join to create the reality, but then also for those who are not in the collective to enjoy the energy of the reality that we've created. If they want to be part of it, amazing. If they don't, then you know that's okay. They will get there when they get there. We are not responsible for other people at this moment. We are responsible for the energy. We're responsible for creating this collective. We're responsible for our tasks in our path, not for other people's belief systems at this moment.
Yeah, I hear you.
is anybody sensing? Oh, I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No.
Is anybody sensing, like, I wish we had some of our emotion code people here, because I'm caught with, I don't know who said it, but that there's separation within, I think it was you, Jennifer, within the light workers. Like we're not. So I would love to do something that is an invitation to the light workers that are an invitation to join in the energy or choose otherwise. Like I'm not quite sure what those emotions are that are the contrasting.
May I ask you a question, Shannon?
Please.
So I was hoping, the term yesterday came to me was light bearer, right? Light bearer, which, is sometimes associated with like Satan or something like that, right? And you were mentioning earlier too, like the demonization of lions, but I think what Jules is pointing out here is that we can understand something through the vibration it presents, and so I'm hoping you can speak to how. I guess just one thing from me that I want to add into this is like not being in what's called a teleological evolution. It's this way. It's this, then this, then this, then this. It's very much like white man's burden imperialism stuff. But actually saying there's many ways that it happens. And I'm hoping you can speak to that, Shannon. I put a lot in there.
Oh, it's okay. So what Callum is talking about, we actually talked before this this session, him and Krista and myself, we were having a conversation, and I had noticed on Facebook that there was a post going around, a meme or whatever you want to call it, that we're doing this whole lion thing, this lion movement, awaken the lions, and someone had posted Satan comes in all forms, and you see a lion with red eyes. And I went, wow, like this is amazing that this would even be depicted as that. But again, it's about perspective. I feel like we are, whether it be lion or not lion, it really doesn't matter what the animal is. It could be a penguin. Awaken the penguin. I was looking at the penguins the other day, and they were packing together. So it could be whatever one you want. I just say, find your pack, right? Find who you are and just be that part. No demonization of anything, right? And if there's a dark energy out there, then we're working to shape that. I hope I answered that, Callum.
Can I add something to that?
Hold on one second. Stephanie had her hand up too. Yes?
we're in the process, right? Everything's in the process.
We're in the process. Sorry, Jen, Stephanie had her hand up first.
That's okay.
So in referencing the memes with the lion, I posted one yesterday that I feel really hits this conversation, in that the lion teaches to avoid confrontation, but to stand fiercely when necessary, like we are as a collective. It is through the power of love, gentleness, and patience that the lion holds its community together.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. And that's where I feel like we need to focus forward and keep pushing that togetherness and that love and that unity forward, and keep working on the grid and reaching other groups and communities through what we're doing here. I feel like I just keep getting hit with distraction. I feel like all of us are getting distracted. And we had a conversation about this last night, Shannon, where Brianna and I were in a really bad place last night. And we talked to you before the meeting and decided not to get on the meeting. And the reason being is the distraction. It's wonderful to have this community to help clear our distractions, but it does take away from the objective of this group collectively. And so we chose to work with each other separately last night to clear our distractions and move forward on the main goal and objective of this group and what we're trying to accomplish. And I feel like, like this meme says, we're being thrown all kinds of challenges and confrontations to distract. And we need to try to avoid those distractions, because we're going to keep getting distracted as individuals and as a group to detour us from what we came together to do. And I keep hearing that we need to just keep pushing forward, and we need to try to work on clearing distraction and not letting them block our goal. And I feel like there's something bigger out there that's trying to block what we're here to do. And we need, I think, to come together right now and push that block away. I really feel strong that right now we need to push what's blocking and move forward collectively, because that's what we are, is a collective.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's just what I'm feeling and hearing right now, but
one of the did I cut you off, Stephanie? I don't want to cut you off. Okay. One of the responses that I had given when we were having this discussion was, in order for us to create a cohesive collective, we also have to clear what is keeping us from being a collective. And the couple times that we have done some clearing, we did some amazing fear clearing yesterday and all of that, that once we clear our space, our circle, we can then push the energy out to create their clearing of their circle, and then go to the next circle, and then the next circle. It's like putting your hand in a pond. So my objective has been, when we've been doing these, is if there's something in the way of our circle, let's clear out that circle, and then we can push that energy out, and we are at our highest vibration. But that's been my objective. Somebody else have something? I can see Cal.
I do, yeah. I think you saw it come in. So Thoth is with me today, and he loves the technical, and he wants to add that. So with the visualization of the drop in the pond that goes outwards, that's like what's called a fractal pattern, and fractals are whole, unfinished. Basically, they're the boundaries between the inside world and the outside world. And so as we heal this circle, then we envelope greater and greater and greater circles. And so this is literally the transmutation of the world. This is the process by which we transmute. Did that make sense?
I love what you just said.
Yes.
Jules is burning. So let's do it, Jules.
Just a big yes to all of that. Part of what I was getting is the light workers that are not in alignment are getting that same pushback of light worker, right? And they're starting to be called, like, instead of conspiracy theorists, they're being called conspiritual theorists. And it's like they're trying to be labeled. And so the same way that we're grappling with the distractions, they are too. So sending, huge love and support to them. And then I'm also a huge, I don't know the word for it, but like, I'm very particular about language, and we've all been using the word trying in here. And I'd like to consciously not to remove that from our vocabulary, because we are not trying to do something here, we are doing. So so that's just that's an upgrade for us, right? Like I know that I say it. So and I think that there's I say that a lot too, I think. So I'm gonna start to switch that in my vocabulary as well. Your intention initially, Shannon, of the collaborative, to keep that vision, to keep that in the forefront of the collaborative. And then something else that's coming up right now for me is we talk a lot about the different chakras, and I've been getting that from a lot of different places, that people that are in the conversation. It is not separate. It is now one unified energy. We distinguished the other day, almost like a cylinder. So you can tap into that energy. And that's part of the upgrade or ascension or timeline shift, is that it is no longer, different. It's no longer separate energy centers. It is one energy center. And when you tap into one, you tap into all. I am.
While you were talking, Jules, let me get my words. My higher self is now with us. Like I can just feel like every cell of my body is. And what I'm getting at this moment, and my ears are now just going crazy, but what I'm getting at this very moment, and what I'm getting while you were speaking, is as above, so below. And so we did the grid work. We did that, and it will continue to work on that. But has anybody seen the vision? And I had this vision as I was closing my eyes, of the light just coming from the top part of your head, the light coming from your third eye and your crown, and just shooting out. That's what I'm getting right now, is that is where we need to be now. We need to be one, in unison with the divine energy, and then push that energy out. Just allow it just to be. So I would like everyone to get into that space, if you can just get to there. If there's anything blocking at this moment, we now push that energy out. We send it for transmutation.
Also, we didn't do this yet, but if you have not already, if you want to invite in your star family, your spirit team, any angels, ascended masters, anybody that you personally associated with,
So encircling ourselves and initiating our work for today, imagining the toroidal field that Ashika so kindly reminds us of. For self and other, turning inward, safe self. turning outward saves other.
While uniting with the divine energy, also bring your 3D body, your meat suit, the energy of this particular body. Bring it in unison with you. Bring it in unison with the divine energy. You are not separate. You are in unison. And as we sit in this collective, let's go from we are, which separates that your person, your group members from you. And let's go into I am. So let's shift our minds from we are to I am, becoming in unison with this collective and the divine energy.
I'm infusing this moment with balance, purity, and peace.
Is everyone able to visualize that light coming from the top part of your head? Or is anyone having trouble?
I saw something newly when I was talking about this cylinder, is that as above is below. It's like the cylinder, this goes all the way to the central sun and all the way to the crystalline earth. And so it is like a core and then sending it out from different parts. So it's like it's coming from there and meeting here and going out.
Along what you were saying as we were constantly breathing and getting into the moment, I saw it meeting, like you said, and then almost sound waves coming out from the third eye.
I introduced yesterday the heart song, that vibration sound that we create when we're moving energy. If that's helpful to you, do that either silent or even as you need to do it. That energy of whatever comes from your heart, whatever sound comes from you, whether it be silently or out loud.
I'm playing underneath the frequency of 963 hertz, 852 hertz, 639 hertz. Third eye, heart chakra, pineal gland, miracle tones, crown chakra.
Can we also have 528, please?
Sure.
Anybody else feel the jump kick in the third eye when the 528 came up? Being drawn, is it Mike, the new guy? Not necessarily the new guy, but is it Mike, Callum?
Tom.
Tom, oh, I got Mike. I apologize, Tom. Are you able to come closer, please?
Let's come and see if it's a
All right, I'll switch.
Column needs a break. He's holding my foot.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's wonderful. What is your specialty?
I'm a generalist.
He's a dreamer.
Oh, I think he's a lot more than a dreamer.
We're a little short on dreamers though, so I wanted to plug him.
Okay.
I'm a Reiki master, and I just work with energy mostly. I get to my downloads through dreaming.
Where's the elemental energy coming in? Where's the elements?
My energy is mostly light, and I work with light and love. I also do some shamanic things, but even that, I try to embrace the full spectrum from a point of view of light and love.
Wonderful.
And
Yes, Bree.
Mom was feeling drained. Elijah was having little emotions this morning, and she had fed him energy, and she was feeling drained. So I was just pulling from Mother Earth and the ocean and the forest and feeding Mom, and she was getting some energy from me. So that
Okay.
might be elemental.
Awesome. Yes, and definitely, Bree, you've got that connection. I was honing in on what connection we have, and I don't know why I keep wanting to call you Mike. So there's some sort of energy there, because I usually when somebody tells me their name, I accept it. But for some reason, I'm not accepting. I can't even remember what you just told me 2 seconds ago. It's like my energy says no. So I don't know.
That's my experience in life. Most people don't remember what I said.
Not what you said, your name. Not
Oh,
what you
okay.
said. I've got what you said, but what you said about your name, there's an energy of a vibration of a different name.
My eldest brother is Michael, and my middle brother who's passed is John, and I'm Thomas. And whenever my mother would want to call all of us, or would want to call any of us, it always went Mike, John, Tom, Mike, John, Tom. So I answer to anything.
Okay.
I certainly answer to Michael.
Yeah,
So
there's definitely a very strong energy there of Mike. And so whatever that is, it is. But that's what I'm feeling. But the stronger the energy is, there's some, and there might be an encouragement to allow the elements to help you flow. Because every single element flows in some way, shape, or form.
right.
And so there's something there for you.
Yes. I think water is a big one for me. I live right near a stream, and I've received messages lately that if I just go and commune with it a bit, I will get messages, and I haven't done so yet.
So can I encourage you, while we're doing this work, could you push that energy through the water?
Sure.
Oceans, lakes, rivers, push the energy through the water, and then let's infuse the water with whomever touches water, because we are what? Like 97% water or 86%,
Right.
doesn't matter.
Right.
But whatever that water is, we're going to touch the water today. So we did as above, so below, but we're going to get into that water element for some reason. I'm very drawn to that. If someone has something else, but let's infuse that water. So while we're doing this work, would you mind pushing that energy through the water?
Not at all.
Wonderful. Who's fire? Somebody's fire here.
Um,
Callum. You're not only fire, but you're electricity. I love it. Can you do it through the fire?
It's funny, we had a little fire in my bedroom earlier.
Are you okay with doing it through the fire? We're going to hit the elements today.
Okay,
Yes,
let's switch it.
I just came
You're in
back
the
to
hot
this
seat.
reality. so-
You're in the hot seat, buddy.
Yeah, literally, right? With
Yeah.
fire. If you feel better with the electric charge, that's fine. It's whatever it is for you.
Yeah.
'Cause,
It's both.
okay. Anybody else fire? What about
Maybe.
Jules? Your fire? Jules will
I'm-
take the fire. You
I'm-
take the electric.
I'm a little of kind of all of them. So definitely water, definitely fire. I'm very connected to the trees and that whole yeah, I know that. I see you, sister. And something I was just getting about the water is water's ability to take and like dissolve, like so that's something of like we're putting it in the water, and it's the same way that that the trees can transmute a carbon monoxide to oxygen. The water can transmute or dissolve or transform. I'm getting like dissolve and disperse is the words for that, for the water.
That goes right along what Callan was saying earlier, and what we've all talked about with the pool and drawing from the pool. When my eyes were closed and Bree was passing energy, I visualized that pool and that drop of water that just rippled out over myself, and it pulled me in back into the light. We are the vibration. I are the vibration that is going to start the ripple to make the change.
Yes, you are. Are you
Yes,
gonna
we
take
are.
you're gonna take
Yes,
the earth?
I are.
Are you gonna take the earth?
Yes, ma'am.
Who wants the air? Ooh, Christina, let's do it. All right, so we have 3 other people who haven't chosen, or actually, I'm sorry, we have more than that. Can each of you choose an element that you feel most comfortable with and just kind of vocalize it for me?
Air,
Air.
Makes sense.
Okay,
And you, Tom?
I am water.
Tom is
he
Water.
is water.
Water over here.
Brittany?
Which element do you think I should do? What's your
You know,
zodiac
I
sign?
think fire, my feeling is fire is, if you don't mind just my saying you have the connection with the dragons, I would actually connect with them and the fire.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you. George,
Water.
water, Ashika.
What's needed?
Ashika, would you mind partnering with me and doing all of them?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
also partnering with you in
Air
that.
to
Okay,
fire.
we'll create the Trinity. Jules, Ashika, and I will create the Trinity and we'll do all three. Kathy is the last one.
Do we have a mineral composite?
You can be the mineral composite. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We need a metal.
Yeah, metal. Yes.
So what do we do in this process?
We're gonna get there. So the energy that we just pushed out about from our head, we're gonna take that, go back into that divine connection, and we're gonna push that divine connection and the invitation to shift throughout those elements.
Mm.
And then if anybody else has any recommendations.
So
But
I
me-
recommend that we use either the orbital breathing or the pattern that Sandy shared for us to get in unison.
Yes.
Because we're kind of like we were, and now we're kind of in our own thing, and so to something like that to unify, and then do work with the elements, however you're seeing that.
Sandy, can you vocalize the cadence?
You bet.
All right, so she's gonna vocalize the cadence for us. So essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna get back into that space. So give us about two minutes or so to get back into that space of the
Beautiful.
divine connection of the we into the I am. And then Sandy, I'll cue you.
And I feel it helps me if I just declare I am my I am presence. See if that helps you with the shift. You declare it.
So go from the we are to the I am. We're
I am my I am presence.
Or I am loving awareness, if you like.
yes,
I am love.
Yes.
I am the collective.
I am the source expressing through me as me. As I.
I am the all that is.
Yes.
I'm feeling the air. Keep pushing.
I am safe. I am secure. I am healthy. I am abundant.
I am love. I am strength.
I am eternal.
I am ever growing.
I am powerful.
I am the change that I would like to see.
Mm.
I am connected.
I am important. I am valued.
Yes. I was just about to say that.
I am here. I am now.
I am give and take. I am yin and yang.
I belong.
I am creative.
I am enough.
I am the light.
I am my heart.
Yeah.
I am part of all that is.
I am God.
For our work today, I am choosing my highest timeline of highest resonance.
I am time.
It's all good.
I am one with my higher self.
I am liquid crystal. I am the liberating, cleansing, and healing power of crystalline light. I am a fountain of pure, radiant liquid crystal.
Okay, Sandy, when you're ready.
If you can focus your breath and attention to the bottoms of your feet, soles of your feet, energy around the soles of your feet. Once you've established it there, we're going to carry that energy to the back side of our body, through our legs, up through the root, through the sacral, through the solar plexus, up your spine, through the heart chakra, through the throat chakra, third eye up through the crown, straight through up the stellar chakra, hooking up to source, throw a zip line hook on it, whatever you need to do to establish a lock on the source. Then we're going to circle back down, back through the crown, through the front of the body, over the third eye, over the throat chakra, into the heart, down into the solar plexus. I want you to get a lock into the solar plexus. Circle it there, ground it in there. Then we're going to go up to the heart chakra. We're going to make contact with each 4 quadrants of that heart chakra. Create your lotus, your flower of light. Give it a moment for the sacred geometry to kick in. We're going to take a nice breath in. You're going to push it out omnidirectionally. Unconditional love for all.
Ashika, you remember that circle that you created? Can you announce that for us so that we can begin that process of pushing out in the elements? So remember your elements now. Ashika, can you guide us through that pushing out process?
Yeah, let's start, just bring our focus to our heart center. Then we're gonna move up, take that energy up over our crown, get here with it and form our circle as we begin to open up and shift the element of our air. And then our water. And then our fire. Closing your body. Let's bring it back from our earth. Our water. Back to our air. That was different.
I invite you now, if you
Can we
haven't
do
done
that
so.
before Jules, 1 second before, can we do that 3 times? We need to create the Trinity. I apologize.
Yes, and this is part of it, is opening up that latch on the backside for the full 360 surround. So if you have not done so yet, please open up the latches, the shutter doors, however you visualize it, the gate, open up their backside and continue, Akisha. Thank you.
And we're gonna implement this
Ashika,
as
sorry.
access point where we don't have to do this part again. Thank you for bringing that in.
Yes,
It was already being done, but the awareness of,
yes.
oh, let's continue. Complete the start our hearts. Bring that energy up to our crown. Breathe through our air. Into our water. Into our fire. Not earth. Bring it up from our earth. Fire. Our water. And our earth. And our last time for this, from heart center. Bring that up to our air. Bring it up to our body.
If we do another round of this, can you
Fire.
please invite the archangels to join us with air, water, fire, earth?
Yeah, let's just finish. We're finishing
Yeah.
the cycle.
Now to solidify this, no words, just a movement.
With the
Inter-
angels.
So we're just gonna do it 3 times, no words, just our little, our feels, okay? That's gonna solidify it, because it's been kind of like. I'm complete. We are complete. With this part.
Okay, how did that feel?
To me, it felt like completion. It's like, and then it all left me. I just wanted to collapse, honestly.
So in meditations before, I have seen the earth elementals in green, they're like a flow of energy. And while we were doing this, there was a circle around me. There was electricity. I saw the silver of the metal. I saw the fire. I saw the earth. They were all there in a circle around us. And they were like holding hands locked around us. And I could smell flame. I could smell earth. It was amazing.
Fantastic.
That's so interesting, Brie. I actually got the same visual.
Wow.
And like spirit woven through, or something like something. I couldn't quite see that part all the way, but something like that.
Yes. See, I didn't.
Christina.
Definitely the element around and circling.
I didn't see the visual that you two saw, but I felt the elements. I felt the wind on my face. I felt the heat of the fire through my whole body. I felt water running down my arms. I tasted the metal in my mouth. It was interesting that you had the visual and I had the different experience, but it was incredible. Like everything is alive right now. I could feel the air, and it was almost like I was at the coast. We live in Oregon, so Oregon coast air is very cool, and you can feel the moisture in the air as it's hitting you. I felt the need to stand like tall like a tree, and I could feel just the rocking, the wind blowing with the water coming at me.
Yes, Christina. You had something to say?
No.
Oh,
Are you sure?
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
let's thank Sandy and Ashika. They did amazing at creating that oneness.
And Shannon as well.
Thank you. And everybody.
Yes, amen. Thank you.
May not have called in a whole bunch of Lemurian assets. They were all, we called them all in. Woo, that was good. That was juicy. Feeling good?
Yes, so I will say, I was yesterday having trouble keeping the gate in the back of my heart open, and now it's like burning open, like fire coming out. So I guess we'll keep that on, question mark. I don't know if it's all my choice either, which is fine. Surrender, surrender, surrender.
So we had a very prominent presence of Thoth in the room. Do you have a message to share from Thoth? He was very powerful in
Thoth, you have
here.
a message.
It was
He
overwhelming.
just said, keep going.
Yeah.
He said, keep going.
Yeah, they're all saying keep going, but Thoth was just like, oh. I was like, who is this?
That was Thoth then?
Yeah. I was like,
It's so funny that you say that, Callum. I actually was getting that we aren't going to be complete tomorrow.
No.
That we can't stop this tomorrow.
Well, it's not.
Yeah, I heard we got blocked, but still a long way to go. And it's almost like there's a percentage they're trying to reach of like to lock in the timeline. And I always ask for percentages, like where are we on the percentage? And we're not there yet.
So you said
We're not there
new
yet.
precipice 62% because Sandy asked for a
thank you.
percent. New precipice 62%.
Well, what's our
What
goal?
He said, you know the goal
100.
all the way. 100%, yeah. But also be sustainable. And so we need to be sustainable for all of us as well.
So we need to expand.
And
this
we're going
goes
to keep
until
in mind, I apologize, Callum.
it goes until it reforms. All to you, Shani.
And we're going to keep in mind that some people are going to be starting work during the day. And so we are going to find the right time to continue. Not that we're ending now. I just want to put this out here so we can begin to think about this. Let's have this discussion also, if we can. Let's light up our collective creations and begin to discuss what works for everybody and how can we continue this, because I don't feel like we should just stop it tomorrow.
Well, we're
Well, I
seeing
thought we were
that
going to
Thursday.
The 26th.
Oh, Thursday. I'm in a different timeline, everybody. I'm in the
Come on,
ethers.
Shannon,
So
bring it back in.
I don't know. I'm gonna stay in the ethers for a while.
So it's appropriate to know that we are shifting timelines.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for the better. And Sandy really directed the energy for everybody. And our three Trinity people held that directionality and like this. So well done, everybody. I think it's to do.
So
I have to say before we complete, so continue, but it's something that's from the beginning.
Okay. So if I may, so I have my tarot deck that I've been reading from for 25 years is the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck. So I just pulled 4 cards, and I'll share later what it means. But the cards that got pulled were the 7 of Cups, which is debauch, the 5 of Swords, which is defeat. So this is something that's still to be transmuted. The Empress, which is on her throne, she is in her full power. And then Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, he's on a horse, but he's got wings as well, and he's the metal, he's the elements, he is the like I'm just getting this gesture. I don't know what else to do about that. So I haven't actually read these cards in a very long time. So, and then again, I'm going back to starting to shift our language because it's headed there anyway. Instead of referring to it as heart chakra or throat chakra, it is the throat. It is the energy field of the throat. It is the energy field of this. It is the energy field of this, or the frequency, however you want to word it. It is all about the energy, and it's no longer separate. So I'm going to keep bringing that in because I keep being told to bring that in. So thank you. It's been a beautiful, beautiful morning with you.
Jennifer, then Bree.
Oh, I was just going back to what Caleb was saying earlier when we were talking about the lions, and then you brought in Shannon started talking about the red-eyed lion and everything. I was gonna say, like, well, what about the vibration? Wouldn't we be able to know that it was of the same mindedness as us, feeling the vibration of what we're You know, I
Discernment,
don't know what I'm trying to say, I guess. I don't know how to say it.
discernment, right? We're having discernment.
Maybe that's what it is. It's like you could feel if that's another like-minded person because of their vibration, even if they're wearing an illusion or a mask that makes it look like they might be good or bad. You could tell by their vibration ultimately. So we should
Absolutely.
connect into the vibration of other like-minded people or whatever, instead of just on the surface of like, oh, they look like me, so like they must be like me.
Absolutely.
And they could look bad, but they might have a great vibration. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I don't know why that was out. And I connected with fire and metal. For some reason, I didn't get to say it, so I sang it now.
Great.
Along with the chakras being one, when we were concentrating earlier, it was almost like a double helix spiral going from the top down, and they were just morphing together all the way down, a kaleidoscope of the colors, just exactly. Amen. Like tubes going down.
That's so funny. Sandy and Callum and I were all three of us at the same time. We're doing this.
And that's exactly what we're doing here, everyone.
Yes,
Is,
exactly.
you know, in a sense, we're never 100%. It's always, the phrase I like is highest available reality, right? And so getting to the leading edge, which is the highest available reality. I call it the golden spiral of ever evolving wholeness.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. And so it's like, okay, and we keep going and we keep going. And it's like, it's almost like a continual disidentification with the old, a continual death and rebirth. And
Yes.
that's that I call it thesis, antithesis, synthesis, or transcending the duality, right? Make sense?
Yes.
All right, we ready for Ashika?
Can I just say that eucalyptus keeps coming up in my mind?
Interesting. Thank you.
I'll do my best to articulate what came through, but when you were speaking around energy of distraction, I immediately heard power, and then it flipped to. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
I said, when you all were speaking about distraction, and to Jules' point about paying attention to the energy of words, I've been operating in that space for some time. That's why I'm fully aware of the try thing, because it's such a high vibration. I hear it so loudly. So that's why I'm like, I'm not the one saying try, but I hear you in giving focused energy around the words. So distraction came in and I heard power, but I could hear everybody kind of working their way through the energy of it, feeling the separation and the resistance within and things that are going on. And then I began to feel into that, and I'm going to share with what I got from it, from what's happening over here, and then I'm here to share it if something aligns with you all out there, because it's just very potent in being able to redirect the energy of distraction. What I felt into it is that in of itself is a distraction, because when you think about it, the fact that you are aware of something that has been distracting you, you are now no longer distracted. So let's let that energy go. In my conversation to myself, let the energy go of a distraction, because now that you are aware, you can do something with it, and that's your power. That's your superpower. There are people amongst us who are distracted, and they are distracted and don't know they're distracted. That's a true distraction. So in giving our power to the things that come up and distract us, the moment you become aware, activate your superpower, and you are no longer distracted, and you do the thing necessary to maintain the energy of. An example was Stephanie and her daughter pulling off from a distraction and deciding to do something, but the power that was ignited into the doing of the thing because you became aware of the distraction. So the big theme of it all is flip the energy. And I do this all the time. I manipulate the energy of words and decide what they are for me. So moving forward, I don't get caught in that. And that's part of my superpower. So that's the way in which I work when I hear things and things come through, and I was just led to share it, where if you can pick up something or pass it on, whatever the thing is, it's needed to put out in the field of what we were just navigating through. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely. I like that superpower.
Yeah.
Sandy?
And we move
And Cal?
now moving forward. we activate our superpower in the distraction because we are not distracted any longer. So why hold on to the fact that it is? Let it go in our power and push that through.
Amen. I like that.
To Jennifer's point on bringing up eucalyptus, right? Eucalyptus. So I've got a book, it's Essential Emotions. This is the book I work with the most. So when we look at eucalyptus, the negative emotions that we're transmuting, check this out, attached to feeling sick or afflicted, anybody? Clingy, defeated, despairing, desire to escape life or responsibilities, imprisoned, powerless to heal. So harnessing the vibration of eucalyptus, the power of eucalyptus shifts us to being able to heal, whole, well, liberated, responsible, and encouraged. Love that, Jennifer. So I just kind of blasted you guys with the eucalyptus, but yes, so it's frequency. You're reading the frequency of the oils, and it's a beautiful thing. So if you have the eucalyptus, it'll just help seal that in for you personally and emanate it out.
So were you
last part again? So it's
were you using it when you were reading about it? Were you using the eucalyptus?
Yeah. Could you feel it?
I smelled it and she felt it.
I love it.
Like intensely.
Shannon, where the heck is Jerry? I learned that from Jerry.
I talked to him yesterday. I don't know what's going on.
But yeah, can you feel that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell me again that last part?
So hot right now.
Yeah.
Jules has something to say.
Whole, well, liberated, encouraged. What's the other word?
Responsible and encouraged.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
This is like my little oil Bible because a lot of people reach for them for physical, but to me, it's all emotional, energetic. So it's nice. This is, I call this the secret decoder ring. So you can get this and it'll really help you navigate using the oils in a different way. Jennifer?
I'm getting to that people don't want to take responsibility. People want to stay in their child's place.
And that's what I'm saying. Everyone's choosing their timeline. They're making their choices. So we don't have to judge it. That's just simply their choice.
Right.
Yeah.
They're comfortable. That's why.
They're scared too, though, I think.
And we've created a high vibration. I'd like to keep it at that. Let's keep that high vibration energy pushing through.
And so taking responsibility is claiming the child self and the higher self and integrating it all and being it all. And part of that too is revitalizing the self. And so we've done a lot of energy outwards. And so also revitalize the self, everybody. And I was feeling drawn to do that when we got
the inner child.
So last night's call had a big piece with the inner child. So they were very clear saying the original message I had was the children are watching, but we realized later it was the inner child. Your inner child is watching how you respond right now. And they're all watching, right? Gotcha. But it's your inner child. So it's imperative for everyone to connect with that inner child and your higher self. And so the whole point of saying I am, it's your I am presence in all dimensional realities. You're from your inner child all the way up to your highest emanation, right? And that entire field, right?
So when you guys are connecting, do you connect with your inner child too, along with your guides and everything? Oh, okay.
So when I'm meditating, she's the first one I bring in. She's the first one I bring in, and then I bring everybody else around her. And they all hold hands. Like a lot of times she'll hold hands. So she's united with my higher selves.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's great.
I'll try that practice. Oh, I'll try. I'll do that practice.
When you connect with your inner child, that's where you have a strong connection with your guides. Because your guides want you to have a light heart, having fun. Don't take life too seriously. So yeah, it's very, very important to connect with your inner child.
Well, I'll do that now. I wasn't doing that.
So we haven't heard from our other three people. Would any of you like to say anything?
George, Brittany, absolutely, because when Colin and Sandy were working with the oils, I was smelling it also. Oh no, I'm in the same room. Sorry.
Kathy was saying something.
It was really an incredible experience. I thank you all for letting me hold space.
Oh, thank you for being here. Kathy?
I don't have anything.
Okay, I don't know why your light kept lighting up. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you being here. I am grateful that we have this collective. I was commenting the other day, or actually today, that most of these Zooms are tedious for me. I don't like to sit through Zooms, and especially some of the groups are a little heavy for me, but I look forward to this every day. I look forward to it. I mean, I'm really enjoying the energy and the collective that we've created. And so I definitely have to give kudos and a big gratitude for each and every one of you that are on here.
Did we hear from George? George, you down there?
George hasn't been talking.
George was with us last night too. There is George.
Energy, entertainment, enlightenment, release, relax, release, replace, stop, pause, and reflect on the cause and effect. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! Love it. What a wonderful way to close. I am grateful for everybody. I do not want to disconnect. I'm getting the message that we should not disconnect. We've created collective. The collective is not disconnecting. But I do make the intention that all of the also goes to the other collectives that are doing the same work. We join with them. We stand with them in unison. And we are not we are an I as a collective.
And the Galactic Federation would like to echo that, and the Galactic Council that's been present with us the entire time. They love being with us. So they're moving my body like, we like being with you, which the Galactic Councils don't normally hang out and stuff like this. So it's kind of a big deal. So we call in, the archangels and the ascended masters all the time, but we don't normally call in the Galactic Council. So I may have to have a little after action debrief, make sure everything's all right, but we're good.
The aliens love it.
I don't like to be called aliens. We call them light beings.
Oh. The light beings love it. Because
the whole point is
energy. Sorry.
The whole idea is that we're all doing this together.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they're expanding the energy out there too.
One last comment. I'm sorry, Jennifer, did I cut you off?
No.
One last comment. All of these videos are kindly being posted on the Collective Creations and the JS everywhere. So if you want to see these videos, if you start to fall into that lower level energy, please jump back on, watch the videos, relive the energy. That's what they're there for.
Yes.
And the
last night I posted this morning, there was challenge in uploading them, but last night's is on there, and then I'm gonna do yesterday days, and then I'll do today's. Yeah, and I try and put notes. Oh, see how interesting it is. I put notes in the comments of like what we discussed or what happened as best as I can recall it in the moment, but they're up there.
Thank you, Julie, for all of your hard work. Thank you for doing this. And thank you to Sandy and Julie for having the evening one for those who couldn't make it. It is a lot of energy to expend. And so I'm so grateful for the team, for all of it.
I literally go from this, I lay on my crystal bed for like 4 hours, and then I do another.
It's a lot.
She's waiting. So crystal bed.
Something. Come to my house. You can hang on my crystal bed. Did you have some?
Will.
Stephanie's daughter is your name Brianna? Did you have something?
Yeah. The collective really resonated. I really liked the way that you worded that. It feels right in every sense of the word.
I think that's part of that incantation that you're wanting me to create, Sandy, is I am the declaration, I am the collective.
I'll post that in our group today.
What I had challenged Julie last night to do is to take the summation of each experience that we've had so far and create a thread invocation so that when we start the next one, we build upon each other experience. And so that's just a little challenge for Julie. All right. Wonderful time. We'll see you all tomorrow at 11. Thank you to all that joined us, all the angels, the ascended masters, Galactic Federation, the Galactic Councils, all of our higher selves.
All
May
of the
this
elements.
ripple out, all the elementals, the dragons, the trees, the elvens, everybody that came in support. Woo! And we'll see you tomorrow at 11.
And
Thank you all for your dedication.
Thank you, I, the collective, and go with love.